you. حضورنا الكريم، سنبدأ بعد قليل كأس العالم لريادة الأعمال. All right, it's time for EWC 2024. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back. I want to say hi to the judges. Hello, judges. Are you ready? All right, hyped up? Great, we are live. Are we live? All right, great, we're live. Everyone is watching us. It's time for Entrepreneurship World Cup Finals at PBAN 2024. I'm Yasser Sagaf, honored to be here once again as we continue this exciting journey together. For those joining us today, welcome to an event that's connecting Saudi Arabia with the world, showcasing inspiring talents from 150 nations here in Riyadh. Over the past 2 days, we've already seen some phenomenal pitches, ladies and gentlemen, with yesterday's winners, Hormona, Amplify, Medipixel, Maya, AI, Soma Life Limited, and Grow Farms, setting a high bar for today's pitchers. Are you ready? Come on, guys, we're live. We're live to 150 nations. Please, are you ready? Yeah, let them think there's thousands of people here. There will be, I promise you. All right, today we're thrilled to see more exciting, exceptional innovators. Each of presenters has 3 minutes, as you know, and 2 minutes with the judges, and then we have 1 minute for scoring, okay? And then we'll move on with the next pitch. Are you ready? Yes? All right, with that, let's jump to today's lineup. Please join me in welcoming our first pitcher, Nomiq.
Good afternoon. I'm Tata from Nomiq, an AI-driven development platform that will reduce the cost of developing large-scale software solutions by about 5 times. With over 50 years of experience in software development and project management, Ashwat, Samvel, and I met about 8 years ago. Since then, we've been working together on developing complex solutions for governments and enterprises. Our quest for a more efficient development process led us to create Nomiq. Large-scale software projects face significant volatility and requirements due to changing business needs, market trends, and stakeholder priorities. All of this results in the end for the businesses in increased budget, slower time to market, and inconsistent code and architecture. Emerging low-code platforms address some of these issues. However, they struggle with customization and scalability, limitations that Nomiq overcomes. We call Nomiq an anti-low-code platform because it addresses the same issue but with a different, more flexible approach. To put it simply, instead of focusing on the what and the how, organizations can now focus on the what, and we will generate how. You might wonder, how does that work? With Nomiq, organizations describe their project within domain-driven design approaches. Then they select the solution architecture and technical stack from the wide variety of options that we propose and generate the project. Moreover, to ensure the project is accessible to a wider audience, we have incorporated an AI module which will allow users to describe their project in human language and will translate these human requirements into the technical specifications behind the scenes. All of this matters because the enterprise software market continues to grow, and 26% of the market will still find that the benefits of bespoke solutions far outweigh their cost. In this context, we directly compete with traditional development and low-code platforms. Nomiq ensures flexibility and scalability on par with traditional development while requiring only limited coding skills. On the other hand, it outperforms low-code platforms in development speed while handling more complex projects and leaving room for customization. We are targeting custom development market in North America and Middle East, where according to our very modest calculations of TAM and SAM, we see significant potential for growth. Our subscription-based model will allow users to try Nomiq for free before committing to the paid option. And we will pave our way to the market by organizing hackathons and coding challenges that will showcase our solution alongside other activities. So far, we have proved our solution to be capable of reducing the cost by 5 times when implemented the web invoicing solution for the government of Armenia. And currently, a large project is ongoing for top telecom operator in Armenia with the MVP of Nomiq. In the short run, we are planning to increase the team, boost the development, and launch commercially. And in the long run, we imagine Nomiq to become a platform where tech enthusiasts can contribute to its growth and make it the top choice for companies undergoing digital transformation. Thank you.
All right, fast enough. You've got 9 more seconds. I suggest you take advantage of that. But anyway, 2 minutes for judges. Go ahead.
Hello there. Amazing pitch.
Thank you.
So you are in the space where it's very, very competitive. So my simple question, what is that unique business value proposition when it comes to the others? And the second question, very simple, the sales cycle is very, 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 very long. How are you going to scale quickly? Thank you.
Thank you. As I mentioned, we are competing with traditional development and low-code platforms, but they are very different from low-code platforms. In case of low-code platforms, they have finite number of pre-built components and templates based on which companies can create their solutions. In our case, we do not have pre-built components or templates. We have the generators that are developed using meta-programming approaches that encapsulate best practices of development. So simply, when you describe your project with a simple language that we provide, our generators run over this description and generate the code. So it's very flexible and very customizable. And any point in time, you can extract the code and continue to work on it manually. So we do not, customers do not depend on our solution if they want to live and work on their own.
I want to ask about timing. The kind of customers that you're working with
Yes.
are not always at the same level of technical maturity. How do you help them learn how to use the benefits of a flexible solution?
Thank you for the question. Well, we imagine that we will have webinars, tutorials, and descriptions of how they will use our solution. It's pretty simple because the team that is currently working for the telecom very easily got used to how to use the solution. But similar to other low-code platforms, you need to have some skills which we'll organize.
Sorry to cut you off. Thank you so much.
Thank
Nomiq,
you.
let's give it up. All right, judges, you've got 1 minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's call on our next pitcher. Please be quick, be precise, take every second. All right, Postcard is on stage now.
Hello, my name is Adam Vole, and I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders here at Postcard. And we're building a private, creative messaging app for Gen Z students, built by Gen Z students. This is a space that allows them to connect, share with their favorite photos and videos with their closest friends and family without having to deal with the toxicities of public socials. So 76% of Gen Z today believe that public socials are negatively impacting both their own mental health and the friendships that they have. But they're starting to make some changes in this space. Last year, we saw that 57% took a break from public socials. This year, that number is up to 63%, a very exciting trend that we're starting to track. The size of the market for mobile messaging is gigantic. It's $100 billion today and is projected to grow by more than 4x over the next decade. We're building within the roughly $50 billion consumer space, and Postcard's being designed and built for and by university students. And there's 20 million university students in the US who have a purchasing power of $376 billion, which will only increase as they graduate from university. The solution. We attract the top university talent. So we have 4 university students building with us today, and they build the features that they're looking for. They come, build whatever feature that they want, they release it to their friends, we get feedback, and we continue to release new features. This allows us to understand how to shrink the feedback to feature loop and grow organically across campuses. We leverage a freemium approach for our revenue model. It's free for users to sign up, create, and save postcards, and then we're going to be charging a premium tier next year. We launched our iOS and Android apps this year. They've already sent 6,000 videos and photos across Postcard, but the most important thing is engagement. The average Instagram post has 4 seconds of engagement. The average postcard, 55 seconds. So what that shows us is that users want to hear from their friends. They're looking at the photos, they're looking at the videos, and they're listening to the audio messages. Next steps is we're launching in-app messaging across the entire app. We're building our premium tier. We also are announcing our we're raising our pre-seed, and we have a spring cohort of 25 university students who want to build with us next semester. Here's our team. I used to build consumer products at Meta. My co-founder built Google. And these are the 4 amazing university students that are computer science engineers building with us this semester. So the ask is that we're just kicking off our pre-seed here this week. So if you're interested in understanding how we're going to raise and you want to come build with us, specifically any university students from Soundi who want to come build Postcard with us, stop by our booth. Thank you very much.
All right, taking advantage of every second. Thank you, Adam. Judges, 2 minutes.
Thank you for the presentation. Go ahead. Go ahead. Very quick question. In terms of your validation on the business model on the paid side, obviously these are students, so the people who are going to be paying are their parents. Can you walk us through the validation that you've done to say that this business model is going to be successful?
The most important thing for us is to make it free for university students. That's why we have a free tier. We heard from them that they did not want to have any barrier to sign up, and many of their students said that they wouldn't sign up if there was a paid tier, unless it was an extensive paid tier leveraging some more creative AI capabilities. And so we want users to be able to sign up quickly, add their favorite contacts, and then if they feel it's something they're excited about for creativity purposes, then they could sign up for the more premium features.
All right, Adam, a great thesis, great product. Let's talk about distribution. So you're ex-Meta, and the big advantage that they have there is on the go-to-market and distribution. So how are you going to deal with the distribution part in your plans?
We're really excited about distribution. So we reach out to all the computer science clubs across the US. We let them know what we're building. It's a messaging product for your generation. Does anyone want to come build with us? And we actually have a large number of students who reach out every semester and get on our wait list to build for the next semester. So it's completely organic. And then what we see is when we have students that join from UCLA or Berkeley, they start to send postcards to friends, and it kind of grows organically at that point.
One last question. Thank you so much. You talked about the content. That's quite unique. What will allow you to make sure that you're able to control that content? Because the toxic content is actually created by human beings, right? What makes your product different?
What makes our product different is users get to control who the postcards get sent to, so they have complete control over that, and it's really just for their friends, so that's less...
And sorry to cut you off, Adam.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. 1 minute for judging and scoring, and please don't get mad at me. I'm just doing my job. I have to cut you off. All right, time is up. Thank you so much. Next picture. Let's call on VoltaGaz to stage, please.
Assalamu alaikum, Bivan. My name is Jilabet Youssef. I'm an architect, LPG installer. I'm the founder and the CEO of VoltaGaz. Imagine that 7.2 million people living in Algeria and more than 1.6 billion people living in the world without electricity or gas, depending on diesel or petrol or solar batteries, which are very expensive and inaccessible for all. Let's take Mohammed as an example. He's a farmer. He's operating 100 kVA diesel generator, and he has to do many daily tasks to keep it working. He has to do one rotation to the gas station, one refueling each 8 hours, so 3 times per day, and he has to pay very highly diesel cost. Unfortunately, and even without knowing it, he has a very big impact on his environment. So our solution is to make different setups with several capacities of gas tanks into outputs. One goes to gas users, and the other goes to gas generators, gas pumps, and gas microturbines with wide ranges of power. After installation, we ensure refueling services, maintenance services, and after-sales services. And all is connected and commanded by an application with a prepaid wallet and a command center, which making it faster and smarter and easy to use. We have a diversified product. We have simple and mobile units. We have simple and hybrid systems with solar panels and wind turbines. Also, we have fixed and mobile units, co-generating system for cooling and heating, and we have also biogas generating systems. After proposing our solution to Mohammed and he has accepted it, we have successfully reduced 70% of his annual budget, 60% of his carbon footprint, and from 4 daily operation, he went to 1 automatic operation each week. So much less time and effort devoted to energy. Also, we reduced 66.66% of gas losses due to traditional transmission. It increased exploitable areas, new job creation, new investment opportunities, and with a very long autonomy that can go from hours to months of use. We are more economical and ecological at the same time compared to our competitors with a very, very competitive unit pricing. Mohammed is only one case from other sectors that we can serve, from agriculture use to construction sites, industrial areas, touristic sites, and residential areas. Our sum in Algeria is $27 million. We generate benefit by selling and renting our product and services. Till now, we reduced 993 metric tons of carbon footprint annually. It's the equivalent of 45,000 tree seeding. This is our roadmap. We are here for seeking new opportunities. We are a devoted team with young experts from engineers, and we all have one goal, is to eliminate this vicious circle of poverty, because without energy, there is no economical development. So join us and be a part of our venture. Thank you.
All right. I'll join in clapping for finishing on time. Thank you. Judges, please go ahead. 2 minutes.
Excellent subject that you are dealing with. But I have one question. it seems that you are spread across many, many solutions. And I'm going to ask you, as a founder of the company, if you have to make a bet, would you see yourself a B2C or a B2B from a business perspective?
Well, I see myself at B2B. But at the beginning, we start the B2C, because at the majority, we deal with the agricultures. And then we develop to get to other business like B2B with companies. So it's B2B plus then B2C. Yeah.
Thank you very much for the presentation. So as the company grows, what kinds of network effects will be unlocked? How will the business model change?
Well, the business model won't change because we grow with a zoning strategy. And we use local partners. We have our, like for distribution, we have our own distribution, but we use other local partners to grow in demand. That is the strategy.
Can you talk to us a little bit more about your go-to-market plan and marketing strategies? How do you plan on getting more customers over the next year?
I didn't understand.
How will you get more customers over the next year?
Well, we already have customers. We have more than 400 new order because our solution is very economic, even compared to the on-grid systems. Because in on-grid systems, there is a loss of 66%. And we are using just 33%. But in our solution, we use 100% of the gas injector.
All right, let's give it up. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. 1 minute for judging and scoring. Welcome to EWC 2024 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Thank you, judges. Let's call on stage the next pitcher, Tagbase.
Hello everybody, my name is Manuel and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Tagbase. Tagbase is a web platform that allows buyers of physical products to verify product authenticity by using NFC technology without the need for a dedicated mobile application. And our vision is to create the world's largest collection of virtual items representing physical assets. The problem is that counterfeiting and product piracy are a massive drain on the economy nowadays, actually several times larger than drug trade and human trafficking combined. The negative impact is to be estimated $4.2 trillion in 2025 by the OECD, and the market for product authenticity solutions is about $4 billion in 2031. But the problem goes way beyond the economy. Counterfeit and pirated products put the health and safety of consumers worldwide at risk. To give you some numbers, $200 billion are spent every year on fake pharmaceuticals, and 1.5 million automotive injuries are caused by fake car parts. The solution to all of that is Tagbase. We are bridging the real world with the virtual one by using uncopyable NFC tags that are getting attached to the physical product, which can then later be verified by the end customer without a dedicated mobile application. Our customers, the brands, receive advanced analytics like when and where their products have been scanned. When it comes to our business model, we have a freemium model, but we're also selling pre-configured tags to our customers. We offer them premium subscription services, and we also receive ad revenue. What is our USP and what about our competition? Well, we do actually have a solution that works, unlike other product authenticity solutions out there that are using static data, NFC tags or QR codes, which can easily be copied. The same thing yields for NFC tags with a dynamic approach that can validate with a single scan. And there are dedicated mobile apps to verify products out there, but they're not very user-friendly. Tagbase provides proof of authenticity, while blockchain allows for proof of digital ownership. If you combine them both, it's a very powerful tool. So Tagbase is actually more than just a product authenticity solution. It's the infrastructure for digital identities of physical products, or in other words, the passport for physical goods. We've transitioned from a concept to reality with our prototype now in our operational environment, and we are looking currently for $450,000 in our pre-seed round. Who are we? My name is Manuel. I've worked the last 5.5 years in a blockchain startup in Austria, Vienna, in London, and in Zurich. Our CTO is Mario Uha. He was formerly the CTO and co-founder of Yodel.io, which got acquired by Brevo, which is now called Sendinblue. And our CEO, Dr. Felix Exner, has a background in law, and he was the managing director at an early stage VC in Zurich, Switzerland. Thank you for your attention. Looking forward to your questions.
All right, you've done it. Looking forward for the judges' questions. Go ahead, judges. 2 minutes.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
My first question is, this is a very competitive product, right? I know there's certain things that distinguish you from other existing products. I would like to know, who are your potential customers?
So our potential customers are, of course, huge corporations that want to provide their customers the safety that they need when they buy products. First and foremost, the pharmacy market, because you don't want to take any medicine that's not real, but also the spare part industry. You don't want to have fake spare parts in your car or in any machine that might harm you. But then also for the artists that need some kind of identification that their products are from them. These are our customers. So it's a B2B business, but the biggest benefit is to the end customer who knows that the product is the real deal.
One last one. What's the first market, please?
Pardon?
Which one is your first market?
We would like to get a foot in the pharma industry.
Where?
Pardon?
Where? Which country?
Either in Latin America or Africa or Southeast Asia, because these are the 3 biggest markets when it comes to counterfeited pharmaceutical medicine.
Let me jump on what Farida just asked. I invested personally in one of your competitors in France, and they chose their battle, and it was the luxury LVMH, luxury goods around the world, and they're doing very well. So my question to you is, if you have to make a decision, which is your first industry for sure? Because the impression you gave me, your technology can be applied absolutely agnostically around a lot of industries. But you have to make a decision. Are you saying pharma is the only one?
It's not the only one, but it would be our preferred choice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. 1 minute for judging and scoring. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with our next pitcher. All right, thank you, judges. Calling on our next pitcher on stage. Please welcome MyoGene Bio.
Hi, I'm Courtney Young, co-founder and CEO of MyoGene Bio, a biotech startup that's on a mission to develop therapies to save the lives of patients with muscle disease. To start, I want to introduce my cousin Christopher, who has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Duchenne is a really devastating muscle wasting disease. It leads to a progressive loss of muscle function and weakness, like you can see in the video. Patients lose the ability to walk in their early teens, and they die in their 20s or 30s. There's around 16,000 patients in the US and around 1,500 here in Saudi, and the overall market has been estimated to reach $10 billion. There's currently no cure for Duchenne. This means that Christopher could die in 10 to 15 years unless there's new therapies. We're developing an approach that aims to significantly extend the lifespan of patients like Christopher. In Duchenne, there are genetic mutations or changes in the DNA that result in the puzzle pieces of DNA not fitting together. And this makes the gene non-functional, so no dystrophin protein is produced, which is what leads to premature death. Our solution, called MyoDis 4555, uses state-of-the-art gene editing to use molecular scissors and cut out those mutations so the puzzle pieces fit together again for half of all patient mutations. And this will restore the dystrophin protein, expecting to lead to a longer, more normal life. And we've shown this works in animal models of Duchenne. Normally, dystrophin is present in muscle on these green circles. In Duchenne animals, there's none of this green protein, but after we've treated it, you see restoration of the green protein, and this improves the muscle function of these mice. The benefits are that it permanently changes the patient's own DNA, treats significantly more patients than other approaches, and makes a 3 times larger protein than other types of gene therapy. Although Duchenne is a rare disease, there's a growing market, and our potential SOM is $2 billion. The founding team are 3 women scientists out of UCLA. In the company, we have an additional 4 employees and some world leaders in gene therapy as our expert advisors. We're currently raising a $2 million seed round to build on our prior funding of venture philanthropy and over $5 million in non-dilutive grants to conduct additional research, get additional non-dilutive grant funding, and be de-risked for efficacy and safety, to then raise a Series A to get through a clinical trial, at which point there's a potential exit, which has happened in this space for hundreds of millions to up to $9 billion. We hope you'll join us on our journey to save the lives of patients like my cousin Christopher, shown here. Thank you.
Dr. Young, this is a very noble mission you're on. Could you talk a little bit more about what is the innovation that you bring to this mission? And can it be applied to other kinds of diseases as well?
Yes, thanks very much. So the unique approach that we're taking is to make a large deletion in the gene that causes Duchenne as a way to fix the protein for 50% of all patients. Most other gene editing approaches for Duchenne just target 13% of patients, but we target a larger region, and then we do this in a permanent fashion in order to restore the protein that's expected to be functional. And this idea of using gene editing for muscle diseases is something that we do plan to expand into other types of muscular dystrophy that are all genetically caused, where you can make deletions in genes to restore function, definitely. Thank you.
2 questions. I'm sure as an entrepreneur and passionate on top of that, you have challenges. Can you share with us 2 challenges? One, a business challenge, and one, a technical challenge.
Yeah, so business challenge, I would say the regulatory process is obviously very long for a gene therapy approach. We've had a pre-IND meeting with FDA, so we kind of know what the development path looks like, but it's going to be a costly and it is a long journey. But there's a lot of gene therapies that are being developed and a gene editing approach that's approved in the US, so the regulatory is evolving, but that's obviously something we have to go through as a biotech company. And then a technical challenge is the delivery. So we currently use something called AAV to deliver the approach, but there are some safety considerations. So we use immune suppression to overcome those, but ultimately we'd love to have novel delivery approaches for muscle.
Very quickly, what makes you the right team to work on this?
Yeah, so we have over 30 years combined experience in this space, and we're really passionate about making therapies that truly target the underlying cause of disease.
All right, thank you so much. Let's give it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute for judging and scoring. Please keep the energy and the vibes hyped up, please. Let's give it up for the judges. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please bring on our next pitcher on stage, BirgerMind.
Hello. At BirgerMind, we build non-invasive brain-computer interfaces to enable paralyzed patients to communicate independently. My dear friend Birger had suffered from ALS, a motor neuron disease, for more than 27 years, fully paralyzed, and we are on a mission to help hundreds of thousands of people around the world to communicate and use modern apps by means of their brain signals, non-intrusively and non-invasively. Therefore, we built a specialized equipment and the software platform to avoid all the pitfalls of previous equipment without any wires. We catch and use only the valuable brain signals. So it works like a brain joystick. It is designed especially for patients whose head is resting on the pillow of the wheelchair. And our proprietary AI engine interprets brainwaves into 5 distinct commands used for typing, browsing, and navigating. And yes, we own the IP. Communication and typing is actually faster than with eye trackers, because with eye trackers you need to gaze and there are delays. Comparing to the BCI implants, we don't need any complicated operations and trainings. And as well, when you put an implant in the brain, it is bound to a specific part of the brain. And comparing to head and mouse joystick, which are relatively cheap and easy to use, but they can't help patients who are already in locked-in state, in full paralysis. So BirgerMind is like a brain joystick and is affordable as well. And it is estimated to save approximately $200,000 per patient because of autonomy and privacy. We started delivering our solution to 3 countries, Denmark, Italy, and Latvia, because that's where our patients are living, and we are establishing collaboration with other European, and today and yesterday we talked with hospitals in Saudi Arabia, so we are establishing here as well in a few months. And we will continue growing globally and help patients not only suffering for MND, but also cerebral palsy, stroke, spinal cord injury, others who suffer from speech dysfunction. We deliver our device through healthcare organizations, and we aim on reimbursement strategies. So our solution is sustainable and reusable based on the model of delivery and green production. First time in the history it can be used even with closed eyes. And of course we developed our own sustainable production which needs to be scaled. Therefore we are actually raising $2 million of funding for the next 24 years. Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. That's why I didn't cut you off this time. No, I'm just joking. All right, 2 minutes for the judges.
Thank you for your presentation. And you should remind me one of the most amazing scientists in the world that passed away, Stephen Hawking, who basically shared with us and humanity the incredible space technology. So a question for you. Most of the Cambridge engineers already developed for him similar devices, very well advanced devices. So could you tell us what is unique technology compared to what already exists in helping Professor Hawkins as he was using them? What's new? Is it the chip technology? Is it the analytics on the waves? What is the AI? What's new?
Thank you so much for the question. First of all, Stephen Hopkins used a little bit leftover of the muscle here. So actually what we are doing is purely brainwave based and in real time. Stephen Hopkins had to prepare the speech in advance. And in our case, we are measuring biopotential differences 2,000 times per second from 8 channels with actually protecting from outer noises and also from the inner muscle movements. So it is specifically designed for ALS cases. We have 12 years of data specifically taken from ALS patients from all of the use cases. And it's like a brain joystick. So 5 commands, and it's stable and accurate. You don't need to imagine something very specific in your mind, but you use our interface, a layered 3D interface which you can imagine in your mind. So this is what we are differentiating. Thank you.
What's the cost of each unit?
$3,000 US, but we are delivering in batches at least 10 units per clinic.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, calling on next pitch, Mebic Organic.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Isabella Maureen Ajaba. I'm a food safety professional and co-founder of Mebic Organic Integrated Limited. The vision of Mebic Organic was birthed from my personal health struggle with disability and the search for plant-based natural raw material, during which we found that about 40% food waste occur annually in Nigeria, resulting to about $750 billion food lost. And that is caused by lack of input resource support to farmers, and which translates to malnutrition, and the heavy influx of chemical foods in the market, as well as poverty in the farming community. And therefore, our solution is to provide healthy plant-based food and spices that are 100% natural to household and industry, with target of reaching 105 million health-conscious consumers. And this we provide by ensuring that we work with smallholder farmers, who we currently have 10, 15 farmers in our network, and 10 underserved women and youth in our micro retail network. And also we do this by using our byproducts, converting them to organic fertilizer, as well as we are planning to integrate AI and technology in our distribution, and also as well as using precision agriculture to ensure traceability. So going forward, we sell to businesses and individuals with 80 to 20% sales ratio, and we do this by selling to supermarkets, individuals, retail stores, hotels, manufacture, contract manufacturing, and we export on a very small scale level. And so far, we've raised $20,000, sell to 6,000 people with 2,000 buying customers, and we are selling with a 40% gross profit margin. And we also have acquired 11 acres of farmland, and we plan to situate 20,000-ton facility, as well as also reach 28 distribution points with the aim of ensuring that we serve this market right. Going forward, we are aiming to onboard 5,000 farmers in our network with 500 by 2028. Also train 1,000 women and youth, as well as onboard 4,000 women and youth in our micro-retail network. So to enable us achieve this, our team of 15 smallholder farmers, our team of professionals are working towards making sure we achieve this. And we intend to raise $1 million to enable us acquire equipment and as well as get technology to integrate our production and set up our micro retailers. And the impact is that 158% we increase our farmers' income and 320% increase our micro retailers' income. Also increase our production by we increase our production by 12%, 12 tons, and as well as generate a revenue, $748,000.
All right, I have to cut you off. 2 minutes for judges.
Well done. So how would you ensure that the farmers that will supply the raw material meet the standard that you have just mentioned?
Thank you so much. We ensure that through using precision agriculture, we have a network of farmers that do not have the knowledge, the technicalities. So using precision agriculture ensure that these people understand what happens with the soil, with the seed, because we provide them with the inputs. That input, we give them the opportunity to give us the right and quality raw materials. Thank you.
What's the biggest risk in your business from your perspective?
Okay, thank you so much. The biggest risk is lack of machineries and the lack of technology to automate production and increase capacity. Also, the biggest risk is not having knowledge database that can help us ensure that we have real-time knowledge of what goes into the production of our raw materials and also in the production of our products to ensure that we provide the best value to our customers. Thank you.
So I heard precision ag, hydroponics.
Yes.
Production. What part is done in-house and what part is done with partners?
Sorry?
What is done in-house and what is done with partners?
Awesome. So in-house, we work with the value addition and we ensure we produce these products, we add value. With the partnership, we have the partners that ensure the precision, and we have the people that recycle our raw material, our byproducts to value-added, the fertilizers, and also use these products to make sure that our farmers get quality input. Then we have agrodemy. These are people that train our farmers and give them the right knowledge. We have the Soilless Farm team. These are people that also
All right, cutting you off again. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
But we have to move on. 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please, we'll call on Encapsulate, our next pitcher on stage.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Leila Danishmandi, and I'm the co-founder and COO of Encapsulate, a medtech company in personalized cancer therapy. The current process today in clinic, when a patient is diagnosed with cancer, is to give a chemotherapy drug based on trial and error. The oncologist chooses a drug, the patient undergoes multiple rounds of chemotherapy. They are time-consuming and costly, but more importantly, each unnecessary, ineffective round of chemotherapy reduces the chances of the patient to actually find treatment. At Encapsulate, we've developed an automated tumor-on-a-chip system where we take the cancer patient's cells, grow them in our biochips, and screen all the possible chemotherapy drugs to tell the oncologist which drug is the most effective for that cancer patient. We do all this in under 7 days and give a report back to the oncologist so that they can choose the clinical decision for that patient. With our technology, we can reduce the treatment time by more than 10 months, reduce costs for over $130,000 per patient, and save countless lives. We have a patent on the biochip, and we have a further 5 patents that are in progress. And in addition, to make this technology more adaptable for clinical implementation, we've developed an automation system in partnership with NASA. We actually launched our technology up into the International Space Station this year, and we're able to fully remotely control all aspects of drug screening and testing from Earth. We've done 2 clinical studies and have shown that our technology is able to accurately replicate the environment of the tumor outside the body and create a drug response profile that accurately mimics what happens and aligns with the clinical outcomes of the patients. We have multiple paths for revenue generation and are planning to pursue them in phases. Our first phase is to have this set up as a consultation lab diagnostic test for cancer centers and hospitals so that they can offer this to their patients. Our focus right now is on colorectal and pancreatic cancer. This gives us a market of over $4 billion in the US alone, but our technology is applicable to any type of solid tumor. We've raised over $4 million to date. We have received awards from the National Science Foundation in the US, Boeing, NASA, and have closed the seed round recently. And with that, we have partnerships with healthcare institutes such as Harvard Medical School, Memorial Sloan Kettering in New York, and hospitals in Connecticut. We're launching our Series A for $10 million, and this is to help us commercialize Encapsulate. We're ready to deploy this clinically to any cancer center or hospital that is willing to offer this service to their hospitals. We're conducting pilot clinical trials right now. This is our team. My co-founder and I started the company in 2020. We both have PhDs in biomedical engineering and master's degrees in global entrepreneurship. Thank you.
All right on time. Thank you, judges. 2 minutes.
What does your reimbursement strategy look like?
With this clinical trial that we're doing, we're building out a medical economic model that shows exactly the cost savings, both in direct and indirect cost of chemotherapy. We're doing that understanding how United Healthcare and those organizations, private insurance companies in the US work. So we have an advisor that previously was the medical director at United specifically for cancer decision making.
From a go-to-market perspective, I'm sure you're challenged by either making sure that your brand is out there against the giants, the Big Ten, as we call them. Did you think about white labeling your technology to someone already out there in the oncology business worldwide?
Yeah, so we have a CRO partnership model. That was a second revenue stream to work with LabCorp, Quest Diagnostics, companies that are already working with hospitals. The first phase is to have this pilot at Memorial Sloan Kettering, which is the leader in personalized medicine for oncology. And through that, we can expand within the US and anywhere else that would be willing.
What's your plan on making this solution accessible to patients across board?
So we have a partnership model where we can have a CLIA lab set up in the pathology lab at any hospital. We can have part-time hires that do the testing. We receive the results. We analyze the data, and we just give a report back to the oncologist. So this can be done anywhere, as long as we just have that data collection happen.
As you scale this technology, what's the biggest challenge you're going to be focusing on in the next year?
Right now, we're focusing on colorectal and pancreatic. We'd like to expand this to more cancers. So to do that, we would have to have access to biopsy tissue to be able to see if we can actually do those testing. So far, it's been clinically validated only for those two. For manufacturing, we've kind of been ahead of the curve. So we're working with manufacturing companies on this as well. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please give it up, and we'll have 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, judges. Thank you, our audience. Thank you to our pitchers. We'll take a 10-minute break, and we'll be back here at EWC 2024 stage. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to EWC 2024 here in Riyadh, B-Band 2024. Please welcome our first pitch, Forma Foods. I like this vibe.
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited to introduce Forma Foods. We are a food tech startup based in Mexico that is really ready to transform the way we consume protein. My name is Cristina Martinez, and I'm the head of product. So traditional meat requires a lot of resources and fuels emissions. We desperately need an alternative that doesn't sacrifice on taste or texture of real meat. That's the gap that Forma Foods is here ready to fill. So our solution is a plant-based meat that is made of regular ingredients that we know, like pea protein, coconut oil, and we arrange these ingredients using our technology that is 3D printing. So we use a 3D printer that is made by our own and our custom printer head. It allows you to arrange layer by layer the fibers of our product, creating this amazing texture that allows us to replicate the exact animal meat. So right now, our target market are basically like university cafeterias and restaurants. So how do we sell it? Right now, we're going directly to the restaurants, and we have an amazing option to customize our product. So the restaurant can choose a different color, a different shape, or even a different flavor. So if they need a meat-like or something more like bacon, brisket, we can do that for them. So our team is expert in research and development. We're united by the commitment on sustainability and innovation. So we started this 2 years ago with the research, and a year ago we were generating half a kilogram of meat per day per machine. Right now, per machine, in 1 day, we are able to make 15 kilograms, and we're hoping for next year to get on to 20 kilograms a day. This is way more efficient than cows if you compare it. So we are really ready to boost our production, reach new markets, and scale up. We're raising 1.5 million with a post-body valuation of $6 million US. And we're really hoping to find the right investor and a strategic partnership. Thank you for your time.
Hi.
Hi.
Great pitch. Thank you very much. So we've seen a lot of different formulations. We've seen algae, we've seen insect, we've seen various plant formulations.
Yeah.
Why is this the right one?
So more than focusing on the ingredients, we can also add insects or algae to our product, but we're really focusing on giving the structure. So we are able to put line by line, creating a similar muscle fiber structure with only plant-based ingredients. This is great because we can also use, like you mentioned, insects. We can vary a lot. If you have a powder ingredient, we can use it for us and give it the structure of real meat.
So why is that important, the line-by-line structure? Does that impact taste? Why is this piece
So we're looking to give the full experience. We want you guys to feel like you're eating actual meat, but without all of the bad part of production of real meat. When you have we really use it in tacos. We were from Mexico. So you get the full experience of the mouthfeel, and that's what we're looking for. That really affects the taste of the product.
What are some of the mistakes you've seen from companies that came to this market earlier that you're going to avoid and take as lessons learned?
So we're not going to focus on educating our customers. There's a lot of people looking for this kind of products, and we're going to focus on them. We're reaching them throughout restaurants, and I think that's really going to help us out. We don't want to educate someone because that takes a lot of money and a lot of effort that we want to avoid.
You did not mention the price comparison between your meat and the regular one.
So our price vary a lot depending on the custom-made formulation, but right now we are in $14 per kilogram, so it's a competitive price. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Let's give it up. She's a first-time pitcher, but she's so good. Thank you. As we wait for the judges to score, please, this is a message to our audience. Keep the hype up. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, calling on our next pitcher, VetanMD.
So I'm going to start off with a trigger warning because the next image you see will cause some of you to swoon and others to recoil with PTSD because I'm about to show you a picture of babies. You see, these cute and fragile bodies hold the future of humanity, and the fact that we can create them is testament to the miracle we call life. Now, with procreation so closely linked to the essence of being human, imagine the devastation for a couple that wants a child but then suffers with infertility. See, this is a reality for 15% of couples globally. And so they turn to IVF, which is a very expensive process, made worse by the fact that individual success rates are so low. Now, historically, the burden of infertility has been on females, unfairly so, because what we find is 50% of cases, male factor infertility is a problem. And so sperm is sent to labs for testing, but the tests use chemicals which damage sperm. And so when it comes to creating the embryos, sperm is selected subjectively at random. Now, the science tells us that the quality of sperm chosen affects the quality of embryos, but it's not been possible to select the best sperm until now. My name is Iftikhar Sheikh. I'm the co-founder of VetanMD, and I want to help you make a baby. We've developed the world first that uses AI to predict the level of DNA fragmentation in sperm without using chemicals, significantly faster and cheaper than existing methods, all the while maintaining high accuracy and, importantly, improving odds over manual sperm selection. Now, we've taken this to market in two forms, the first being for diagnostics and then for clinical studies, but we're already collecting sign-ups by leveraging our distribution partners. Now, we all know that size matters when it comes to the market. And our research has shown couples are willing to pay a premium for advanced sperm selection technologies. So we pegged this market at $2 billion, while the markets we're initially interested in, which includes the Middle East, is a $500 million opportunity. Now, getting here, we filed a patent. We've proven the accuracy of our AI in our validation paper. We've signed up 20% of South Africa's IVF market and clinics in 5 other countries, as well as 2 distribution partners. And along the way, gained the trust of many reputable institutions. Now, driving all of this is our team of ex-investment bankers, researchers, and engineers from the best institutions in Africa, giving us a great balance between skills, business acumen, and of course, the right networks to help this business grow. We're supported by expert medical partners who've actually set the standard that the WHO uses in semen analysis. Now, I'm telling you all of this because we're raising $1 million pre-Series A round to help us transition from an early stage company into a growth stage, but we're also looking for IVF partners and distribution partners. So if this sounds good for you, I implore you, join us, and together we can give millions of couples a happy ending. Thanks.
I'm sure a lot of people want to make babies, and you help them. So can you walk us through your traction?
Traction, right. So we filed a patent. We have signed up a lot of labs in South Africa. We've run pilots with them. They've actually started deploying in South Africa at the moment in live usage. We've also published the validation paper, which proves our accuracy. We ran that with a major university in South Africa, the University of Pretoria. We've signed up distribution partners in South Africa, one in Thailand, another one actually in India very recently. And we're in negotiations with a major European group for deploying our technology in their labs.
So how much have you made so far?
Sorry?
How much have you made?
In terms of revenue, well, we just started because we couldn't actually commercialize, so we've been running pilots. However, our annual recurring revenue at the moment from pilots is about $50,000 a year.
So this is a massive race. A lot of companies are competing in this space in terms of fertility, whether focusing on males or females. Why South Africa? Why not look at some of the major markets as well to make sure that you continue to stand out in this race, especially that the potential for acquisition here is pretty big?
Yeah. So we start off in South Africa. It's an easy market. It's a home market. We have access to the best experts in the world in this market. And like I said, we've already signed up so much of that market, so it's a great place to get initial traction. But we've already started signing up clinics in other countries. We're talking to labs in the US. We're talking to a major group in Europe at the moment. We've started negotiate. Well, we've actually shipped a device to India to a distribution company that's going to be running pilots with their clinics as well. So the international traction is there in the sense of sign-ups. We just haven't commercialized there just yet.
A question for you from a go-to-market. By the way, the first open heart surgery in the world started in South Africa.
I am very sorry to cut you off, but we are done. Thank you.
Yeah.
The rules that go to the pictures, it goes to the judges as well. All right. 1 minute for scoring. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's call on our next pitcher, Pal.
Hi everyone, I'm Nara, co-founder of PAL, and we're here to shape the future of palliative care. Every year, close to 137 million people with a life-limiting illness rely on palliative care to ensure their comfort and quality of life. But an under-resourced healthcare system means that very few can get access to it. Right now, only 1 out of 9 people in need get access to the care that they deserve. And this leads to lower quality of life for patients, incredibly costly and inefficient healthcare, and overburdened family members. And I am no stranger to this burden. In 2019, my mom was diagnosed with terminal cancer. We lost her in November 2020, only a short year after her diagnosis. During that year, my sisters and I took on the caregiving role, and we made practically every mistake in the book. And our experience was no exception to the rule. It is the rule. Healthcare systems everywhere depend on us families to deliver care, but offer very little support in return. And this is a problem that is only getting worse. The aging population and growing rates of serious illness create an urgent need for change. And we are here to be that change. PAL is an evidence-based, scalable digital care tool that enables at-home palliative care by empowering family members. It was co-created with hundreds of patients and family caregivers to tackle all of their daily challenges. It helps them collaborate together, coordinate care, monitor and manage symptoms at home, access better support, and so much more. Through this approach, we're able to turn ordinary families into capable extensions of their healthcare teams. And that's why we partner with healthcare providers who are offering PAL directly to their patients. And in addition to being our distributors, healthcare providers and insurance companies are also our payers, as we monetize through licensing sales and ultimately reimbursements. But this is just half the picture. While PAL is empowering families at home, it also collects thousands of insights and observational data that today are completely inaccessible to palliative care teams. And with that, in the first solution of its kind, we're leveraging these patient-reported data to predict complications in at-home palliative care settings for earlier interventions. This means that we can reduce unwanted hospitalization, lower healthcare costs, while at the same time improving patients' quality of life. We are on our way to transforming this 40 billion euro market, and we have the right operational, medical, tech, and AI expertise to do just that. So with that in mind, please join us on giving every care team a PAL to rely on. Thank you.
All right, right on time. You've been practicing. 2 minutes for the judges.
Right. Great mission. All the luck. My question here is, what's the next milestone for you, and how do you plan on achieving it?
Our focus right now is on commercializing PAL further. So we've had our pilots, we've started getting revenues, but now we're going to the market to actually have a more of a scalable business model. So that's just what we're starting. We have already gotten healthcare providers that are recommending PAL. Now the next step is to commercialize with partners with insurance companies.
So I live and breathe this practically every day, data in healthcare, and it's a very difficult space to break into. Access to data is quite complicated. Can you tell me a little bit more about your plans to get access to that data, and how will you use it to your advantage?
Yeah. So the benefit is that our technology is collecting a lot of this data already. So the main focus here is on family observations. So we already have today thousands of families that are already logging all of this data themselves in the PAL app. The next step will be to also integrate with patient records so that we can also make use of doctors' observations in addition. But what's key about these patients is that we are really getting there at the time of their terminal diagnosis, which is when they're typically at home and quite far removed from the healthcare system. And that's where family observations are really key, because they are typically the ones that are there with the patients, seeing them and their changes and their symptoms every day, and can really give us those in real time.
Are you GDPR compliant?
Of course.
Of course. Thank you.
I guess that's it, but thank you for your time.
All right, no more questions for the judges. 1 minute for scoring. We'll be back with the next picture. Next coming up, Soundi. All right, Soundi on stage, please. Thank you.
A few years ago, my mother fell in the hospital, and it took 30 minutes for the nurse to discover that she had a fall near the bedside. 1 in 3 older adults will fall, and it costs us nearly $300 billion every year. To address this, Soundi developed Lasso, a patented device that can detect falls, sound, bed exits, and sounds like screaming for help, like this one. To detect this Japanese lady screaming for help, we Lasso analyzed over 100 features of the sound, coupled with over 1 million images to train our AI model to achieve 99% accuracy that we can prevent more than 100,000 falls every year. To achieve this, Lasso employs a LiDAR sensor. This is not a camera. This preserves privacy, and this works in the dark. Furthermore, Lasso can detect falls. We can deploy Lassos to any base within a few minutes. Lasso can also monitor a few bits at the same time, and it's 30 times more power efficient than a large language model. Over the past few years, we have generated more than $2 million in revenue. Our customers love us, and they keep coming back to us. They came from various industries, for example, healthcare, surveillance, and commercial workplace safety. We sell hardware with a low monthly fee. We have proven co-payments with funders in Singapore, and our customers in Japan right now is sorting out the co-payments in Japan with their own insurers. To expand globally, we focus on collaborating with conglomerates such as ExxonMobil and Canon. in Singapore, Asia Pacific, United States, and everywhere. So the Lasso's total addressable market is over $3 billion. We are now working on the ManualTo as well. That allows us to deploy to any single residential homes very easily. So right now, we're working on accelerating the AI. We're also collaborating with the insurance companies. At the same time, we have found ways how to generate high recurring revenue through mobile apps and services. Our team comprises of AI experts, hardware, software, and business developments with over 100 years of experience. Right now, Lasso is saving a lot of lives. Moving forward, ManualTo will also propel us to a larger market where young professionals will stay at home alone, and their safety is our concern. To scale globally, we are focusing on finding partners and investors. Come, join us to save lives.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, you deserve that clap. Judges, save the baby.
Save some lives.
Well, it's definitely a great mission that you're on. My question is around the LiDAR as a hardware component that you need here. Could it be replaced with Wi-Fi, and that way you don't have to distribute the hardware and just utilize whatever routers are there, especially with the advancements in AI, that could actually help you even with a lower fidelity signal like Wi-Fi?
Thanks for the question. So Wi-Fi millimeter wave radar sensor is a very low resolution kind of a sensor. Ours, using LiDAR, they can detect the body posture. We can do object recognition, human body posture recognition, human countings, etc. as well. So in order to get a very rich data, to get a very high accuracy, LiDAR is needed. Meanwhile, Wi-Fi millimeter wave can't do that at this stage.
From an application perspective,
yes,
the same technology, can it be used to detect other stuff around?
At this point of time, LiDAR, I guess, is more meant for body posture. That's what we're focusing on. But coming back to the sound, there are hospitals asking us to detect the IV beeping, the IV drip beeping machine sound, beep, 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 or beep, 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 beep. Yes, we can do that as well. So we can detect gunshot, explosion, people scream for help. All these are all the applications we have been focusing on in terms of healthcare surveillance and the workplace safety.
How about parents, for their babies
Yeah,
being
we can do that
crying?
as well.
Okay.
So all these products in the market right now, they are based on volume.
Yes.
So for us, we are able to recognize the sound signature of the crying sound that achieves a higher accuracy in a way.
Thank you.
What was the source of the data that you trained your model on?
We collected from scratch, from day one, over 1 million images in real world. There is no escape for that because there's no public data set in the world right now. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. 1 minute for judging and scoring. We'll be back with Myy Health. All right, Myy Health on stage, please. Good luck.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pinky Patel, the CEO and founder of Myy Health. 4 babies are born every second, and with each birth, a mother is born too. Picture this, a blissful image of motherhood. Society tells you that to paint a picture, the dream is society tells you that the picture at the top is what maternal journey looks like, but the reality is isolation and lack of support. No one tells you that you'll be operating on just 1 to 2 hours of sleep while navigating extreme highs and lows, all while ensuring another human thrives, often from your own body. 80% of deaths are preventable. And the reality for mothers is that their interactions with healthcare are infrequent, often leading to unfavorable health outcomes. Poor maternal health care leads to up to $300 billion of loss annually across the globe. I'm a mom. I also hold a doctorate, and I'm certified in pre- and postnatal fitness. I had such a challenging maternal experience that I was compelled to create a solution for every mother after me. The Myy Health tool began as a postpartum platform. Developed with gynecologists and physical therapists, it provided preventative assessments, personalized physical therapy, expert articles, and more. But we recognized to support mothers, we needed to start at the beginning of their journey, in pregnancy. Myy now supports pregnancy through postpartum with intelligent technology to predict and prevent complications. By analyzing real-time data, we can identify high-risk pregnancies and reduce preterm labor. Our platform seamlessly integrates with blood glucose and pressure devices, wearables, and apps to collect real-time data. From fragmented maternal care, mothers are falling through the cracks. So we can also collaborate with providers to provide care coordination for seamless, healthier outcomes. With 350,000 users across 44 paying countries and generating 6 figures in revenue organically with our beta, we have laid a strong foundation with our D2C product. Since then, we have refined the business model to B2B and have a robust pipeline. Myy is trusted by leading brands, and we have attracted global partners. We can meet global stakeholders where they are. We can support in 177 countries across 77 languages, and we will meet every mother where she is. We have a strong interdisciplinary team supported with veterans in technology and healthcare. If you want to check on the health of a community, check on the health of a mom. Myrie's mission is to raise the standard for maternal care worldwide. The world builds tech for the future. It's time we build tech for moms to birth the future. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Pinky. All right, judges.
So thank you, Dr. Patel. Can you tell me more about what the business model is, what the revenue streams are now and in the future?
Yes, so right now we have a pipeline of $9.7 million in our B2B pipeline. That B2B pipeline is structured like this. Payers, health insurance, government institutions, and also insurtech companies. We're in contract negotiations of closing our first 3 health payer partnerships as well. So that's how we break down our B2B partnerships now.
I have a suggestion from a go-to-market and a question. Suggestion is look at big corporate HR as a perk for working moms. That was an advice. My question, very simple. You did not talk much about the competition.
Yes.
From a landscape perspective, who is your competitor?
So now we have a few competitors. We do, in our platform, we do multiple things, right? Integrating with care coordinators, we can integrate with EHR systems. We can also collect data from various partners. Some of our competitors can be only maybe it's personalized physical therapy. Every Mother is an app that I used 8 years ago. It only did personalized PT, but I, as a mother, recognize that to truly support mothers and drive outcomes, we need to actually combine all of this in one platform to holistically understand the mother. So I feel like our moat is our technology, our ability to be interoperable and scale, but also to collect that data to drive outcomes, which is truly the ROI, what our B2B partners are looking for. The part where you mentioned about employers, that's actually how we started our B2B partnerships. We started with employers, but we've had more of larger contract values with our health insurers and government partnerships.
So how do you reach those moms that are at the bottom of the scale with limited financial resources?
So we actually have closed 2 to 3 deals around this. We want to democratize healthcare, so we're already working with states within that demographic. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. 1 minute for judging and scoring. We'll be back with the next pitch. Real Sites AI. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Real Sights AI.
Okay. Did you know that 63% of businesses struggle to generate traffic and leads? Hi, my name is Billy from Real Sights AI, and we're changing that. Look, growing a business is so much more than just having an outstanding product. Without effective marketing, to boost your visibility and sales, even the best product will face a challenge in this market. And that's the problem. Businesses struggle to connect with their target audience and market and sell effectively. And that's where we come in. It's like having a team of top marketers and sales experts that automates your marketing research, build your brand story and content, broadcast your content on social media and messaging apps, and helps you to identify leads. Our secret sauce is that our AI agents are real people with real expertise. So, how do we build them? Based on the end goal of the AI model, of the AI agent, we'll select the optimal AI model. Then we identify industry experts and infuse their knowledge into the AI model. On top of that, we add a layer about how search engine and social media algorithm works. And each agent provides personalized recommendation simply with your company name, description, and URL. Unlike generic AI tools, our AI agents provide specialized expertise. For instance, we help a mid-sized tech company increase their online visibility by 44% and 18% new customers in just 3 months. Industry leaders like Warner Brothers, HBO, Publicis Group, and the thousands of SMEs across 51 countries trust us because we deliver results. 90% lower content creation cost, 37% increase in web traffic, and 18% new customers. The marketing technology market size is massive. We have a sum of 6.9 million right now, billion. Our business model is twofold, a profit-sharing partnership and SaaS model, which makes us incredibly agile and enter new market very effectively. Next, we're entering MENA and China, brought to you by a team of AI, marketing, and business experts, including C-level executive from Warner Brothers and Publicis Group. His summary, shukran.
All right, thank you so much. Judges, 2 minutes.
So you are selecting the right model, but also fine-tuning it. Explain the workflow just so I understand what is happening when.
Of course. Every AI models have strengths and weaknesses, so you can't use the same model for everything. We have over 17 agents right now. Each agent specializes in one specific task. For example, we have one that specializes in understanding your target audience. And so that one is a marketer, but it's also a psychologist. So first, we have to identify which model works. And then we identify marketers and psychologists, experts, and infuse their model into the agent. So with simply your company name, description, and URL, you'll get a deep description of the rationality, the decision-making process of your target audience. In addition, the agent takes all this information and puts it into a customer persona. With a click of one button, you can turn that customer persona into a real person, where you actually talk to your customer persona. Warner Brothers have seen this as an amazing tool because you get immediate feedback about new products, potential pricing points, what they didn't like about the latest show. We see this as an advantage.
Can you talk to us about your numbers a little bit? What are your revenue numbers and what are you hoping to do with the 10 million that you will raise?
Yeah, global domination. Essentially, we're entering MENA very aggressively and we're going to China. So anything specific that you're looking for?
Revenue numbers.
Oh, 350 in 10 months. And we're in 51 countries as well.
Okay.
Where were you when I was selling tech 20 years ago?
I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm here right now.
All right.
Thank you.
1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, calling on stage the next pitcher, Live Factors. Please give it up.
Thank you. This is Live Factors. I am Sergio Pulido, Chief Scientific Officer and co-founder. I would like to start asking, anyone here is suffering a primary immunodeficiency? Well, the truth is that 70% of the people suffering an immunodeficiency have never been diagnosed. But the worst part is that if they get diagnosed, there is not enough treatment in the world for them. Treatment for primary immunodeficiency, as for another 200 additional conditions, is only made by the administration of plasmatic-derived medicinal products. Those are proteins purified from the plasma from healthy donors. So plasma becomes the raw material for the production of antibodies, albumin, and clotting factors, which are the only therapeutic alternative for many patients. 70% of the plasma in the world is actually being wasted. And one of the reasons is that the technology for transforming plasma into medications is only accessible in 16 countries, leaving 75% of the market in hands of only 4 companies. Those companies have been using the same technology during 70 years. The technology is super expensive and inaccessible for emerging economies. Yet, this technology is very inefficient. We in Live Factors has developed a new technology for the production of plasma-derived medicinal products, which is 5 times cheaper than the current technology, also has 50% operational cost, and still is 50% much more efficient in recovering plasmatic proteins. With our technology, we already developed the first family of plasma-derived medicinal products, which will be ready next year for launching into clinical trials. We will enable emergent economies for producing their own plasmatic medicines. We want to be part of a market of nearly $50 billion, focusing in emerging economies where 25% of the opportunities reside. By the end of 2028, we would like to consolidate our business plan in Latin America with 2 facilities running and at least 3 products in the market. We would like to invite you all to make part of this dream and help us to become the first company into delivering new plasmatic medicines with a new technology. You can either invest in our business plan in Latin America or help us to expand our technology to another regions like MENA. So feel free to contact me and get to know better how we are planning to change the life of millions of people. Our team will be happy to join efforts with you to make this plan come true. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for being on time as well. Judges, 2 minutes. Go ahead.
So this is diagnostic in nature?
Sorry?
Is it diagnostic in nature?
No, it's therapeutics. So it's a technology for producing medicines.
And is the diagnostics up to snuff? Because you mentioned that a lot of people are undiagnosed.
Absolutely.
So how is the treatment plan going to change with this?
Absolutely, yes. The thing now is that countries like Colombia are underdiagnosed because there is not enough treatment, and I will explain this. So if you diagnose a disease, you better have a treatment for it. So many people suffering from immunodeficiencies are actually not diagnosed, but treated with antibiotics, which is not a cure. It's actually increasing the problem. So of course we work together with some of our partners here, are from the diagnosed part, and the idea here is increasing diagnosed and increasing the availability of products in the market.
So in order to get this to market, I'm sure the regulatory pathway is a little complex. I don't think you touched on that in the presentation. Can you just explain to that?
Absolutely, yes. Regulatory pathways are very different in all regions, but we attach to FDA and EMA. So basically what we have here is that next year we will start the GMP certification of our first facility. With this GMP certification, we'll be ready to have the product for the clinical trials, which is a rather simple clinical trial based on guidelines of a European community. And with this clinical trial, we'll be ready to launch into market in Colombia or in other regions in Latin America, first of all.
And once you get your GMP certification, what does it mean to get it regulated after that?
Well, for biotherapeutics, the first step is GMP certification. Otherwise, you can't use it in humans. So it's the open wide door for using it in humans.
Thank you so much. I have to cut you off. Let's give it up, please. 1 minute for judging and scoring. We're calling on Inova Tech after 53 seconds. Get ready. Inova Tech, this is your time. Step on stage, please.
Hi, my name is Vinicio, and we are creating the future of early disease detection with AI. Over 500 million people in the world live with diabetes, and about 30% will have diabetic retinopathy. This is the leading cause of blindness in working-age adults worldwide. About 30% of this, 90% of these cases could have been prevented with a simple retinal scan at least one time per year. But 49% of these diagnoses are inaccurate, and there are not enough ophthalmologists to attend all this diabetic population. For this reason, we create Vision AI, a powerful AI platform to detect diabetic retinopathy and other diseases with high accuracy and in seconds. Basically, you create the patient in our platform, take the retinal pictures, and Vision AI will compare it with tens of thousands of retinal images validated by retina specialists, and will return a report in less than 5 seconds. And most exciting than this, we are expanding beyond retinal diseases, and we are adding new algorithms for cardiovascular risk, kidney disease, liver fat, pre-diabetes, and Alzheimer, all in a simple visual test. With the vision to become the retinal scan as a new standard in the primary care and basic health services as you take a blood pressure. Our business model is very simple. It's a pay-per-use platform, depend of the monthly patients, and even we are agnostic and we can work with any retinal device in the market. We create a new retinal device that is a game changer in the market, cost a fraction of the price market, take the retinal pictures automatically. That means that doesn't need a person to take the pictures, and as well, allow us to scale up aggressively, integrating our AI solutions in a subscription model. The market size is growing exponentially. We have commercial agreements with pharmaceutical companies as Roche, clinics, insurance companies, mainly Latin America, but we are entering in other regions in the world like India. We will launch a retinal device this February, and we will submit the FDA this Q1 of 2025 to enter in the US market as well. And our main difference with our competitors is not just the price or that we control a key factor as the retinal device, but we are detecting different diseases through retinal imaging and not just detecting retinal diseases. We have a high-level team behind that includes experts in AI, data science, business development. We have worldwide renowned medical specialists in our team, a top board of advisors. We completed our seed round of $1.4 million. We are completing our bridge round of 1.5 additionally, and we just signed a joint venture agreement with a public company that gave us access of $20 million last week. And that's the first step for Emerge with them. And we are here looking for commercial opportunities in the region.
All right, thank you. So much. Thank you. Judges, please, 2 minutes.
So IP in this space is very important. How do you protect yourself and how do you guarantee that no one will be able to get some market share from you?
Yeah, great question. In the case of the hardware, right now we are applying for a patent. But in the case of algorithms, we just can't protect with copyrights. We can't have patents of algorithms. But we apply for all that we can. That is, in this case, are copyrights for algorithms, patent for the retinal device.
I've noticed on your go-to-market, Europe is not there, which means to me there's a lot of competitors out there. Can you elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, in the case of Europe, it's not because we have a lot of competitors there, because US have more competitors. But it's because we are step by step. Right now, we are focusing United States, and after this, we are going to the MDR in Europe. Yeah.
What is your valuation right now?
We are in the market. We have clients in insurance companies and clinics, mainly primary care.
No, I said, what is your valuation?
Valuation. It's difficult to answer this question, but we raised the last round in $50 million.
Thank you.
Just to build on Marcel's question, in terms of the business model, would it make more sense for you to think about licensing rather than going directly to the market?
Yeah, it's something that we are considering right now. We don't have the option on the table, but it's something that we are open to discuss. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you everyone for being on time. 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please take a 10-minute networking break and we'll be back at EWC 2024 with more inspiring pitches. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute and a half and we'll start. Get ready. Welcome to EWC 2024 here in B-Band 2024 in the capital of Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. All right, calling our judges to stage, please. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our judges are here. Ready for the next pitch on stage. Please welcome Recircular.
We will be literally swimming in plastic unless we end plastic as we know it today. We are Recircular and we are rethinking plastic. Every year, we throw out 380 million tons of plastic, but only 9% of it is recycled. And the rest can take up to 400 years to be degraded. This is an exponential problem. We develop water-soluble and self-degradable technology capable to address single-use plastic pollution. We do it with a complementary team focused on execution and innovation. Our scientists bring deep technical knowledge on polymers and formulations, working with Dow and BASF. We have created a unique technology that allows materials to be self-degradable, which means that it doesn't need to be degraded, to be composted, to be degraded. Our IP combines starch and protein generating a unique structure and revolutionary structure. We are transforming a multi-billion-dollar industry. Only in America is 53 billion, and these numbers will be double in the next decades. The market is pulling us in. We accelerate the sustainability transition that they have promised. We generate 60% gross margin by selling end product, and soon we will be delivering raw materials and licensing our technology to the big players. We have proved our model. We are already in market, and now we are going big. We have replaced more than 1 million bags, and most of them have already disappeared. This is real impact. But we don't even need to call this a moonshot, because we have already been there. Yes, we have reached the moon. We are testing with NASA to freeze-dry seeds on our fake plastic and activate them in moon with water. We validate our technology on the moon and also in the market. We can replace any flexible packaging with our technology. We have self-funded $1 million. We have skin in the game. Now, we are looking for a 3 million seed round to scale up our technology and move forward into the next stage. We want to replace all plastic by 2050, sorry. Thank you.
Excellent. All right, thank you so much. Judges, 2 minutes.
I love your energy and I love your optimism. 2015 instead of 2050.
50-50. Sorry.
Amazing.
Sorry for that.
That's all right, that's all right. Question for you.
Okay.
When you say you make the plastic disappear,
yeah.
I understand going from today and sending into the market, I get it.
Yeah.
What happens to the existing pollution of plastic around the world? Do you have some solution for that?
We are not working on the existing plastic. We are working to replace traditional plastic with our technology. The main feature of our technology is that it's self-degradable. That means that it can be degraded by itself. You don't need to put it under any composting or recycling process.
And do you have proof of that on technology?
Yeah, we are certificate under German, under European standard EN 13432 of compostability, because we don't have a certificate today available of water solubility.
Thank you.
Yep.
So plastic waste has been a problem for decades now. A lot of companies have attempted to solve it. Why, from your perspective, has this problem not been significantly eliminated, at least at this point?
Well, there have been lots of great approaches to solve plastic waste. From my vision, the best one was the compostable ones. but the upgrade to that technology is ours, that we are self-compostable. On the world, in very few countries, we have industrial composting process. So it is not a real solution for the market.
Thank you.
Right, time is up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
1 minute for judging and scoring, and we'll be back with our next pitcher. Zis Goo. Stage now. Good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I am Beto Pinheiro, CTO of Zis Goo. We are in the age of artificial intelligence, but I will still talking about basic sanitation. And it's our call, our problem, your problem, it's everyone's problem. Why? Because 2.4 billion people live in countries experiencing water stress, and 2.5 billion people live without adequate sanitation. And it's a problem that rich cities like Dubai have, yeah? With our solution, we transform sewage in treat with 6 hours and return to nature as class 2 water. We develop a bacteria blend that degrades organic matter up to 6 hours. And our system is modular. It's 100% natural and no required manutention or energy consumed. Our technology is protected by patent and a specific know-how. And we treat all wastewater produced in a house hand like laundry, restaurant, and kitchen. We are at SED6 in the UNI, and the market is 1 trillion by 20 years. The revenue strategy includes sale of treatment plant units, patent license know-how, and sewage treatment servers. Our customers, Nestlé, ArcelorMittal, and big companies around the world. We have impacted more than 18,000 families, and we grew more than 300% in the last 3 years. Cases like Rio de Janeiro's favela, like Forma with Nestlé, all cities, oil platforms, and in forecast, we reach new markets. Our team and our selections, and we are in the final competition, getting the win in this week in Netherlands. I would like to say during this speech, 12 Olympic pools of soups are dumped. We are the first and the last generation that changed the world. Let's go change the world together. Thank you.
All right, 2 minutes for judges.
A great mission. Can you talk a little bit about the cost structure for the solution?
Can you speak slowly, please?
Can you elaborate and talk a little bit about the cost of the solution, the total cost of ownership during the lifetime of any of these plant components?
Oh yeah. This product, when you buy once, you can use it for 30 years, because the system not require manutention. Okay, so you can use the system for 30 years.
Jumping on that question, what material are you using for that product?
Oh, this product, you use glass fiber. You use glass fiber, and inside of the system, you put a band of bacteria. So the product is glass fiber.
Just returning back to the first question. What's the cost of the product?
Okay, what the cost? The product, the smallest cost about $1,000, but the biggest, it's different, of course. But the smallest cost just $1,000, and you can use for 30 years.
So,
okay?
with the problem, the pictures that you share with us at the beginning of your presentation, how would these people actually afford this product?
How many peoples?
How?
Okay, people can buy this product, okay, and we are install this product in another country, another city, and another house. We can't install this product for us.
The question I think that you need to answer, she's saying, the people like the favela, as an example, or some African countries.
All right.
They don't have the money. They don't have the money.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Let's give it up. Recircular. All right. Next up, after 1 minute, we've got Amar. All right, let's have Amar on stage, please. Let's give it up.
Assalamu alaikum. 10 times better rental experience. This is Amar, and we empower landlords and tenants to interact and navigate their properties digitally with trust, transparency, and convenience. If we take a look at the current rental journey here in Saudi, it's inefficient, inaccurate, and lacks transparency. First, the inconvenient scheduling and the unresponsive agents. Second, the lack of transparency and the hidden costs that comes with it. And third, the lists or the listings are inaccurate and has missing information. And Amar solves this through being a tech-enabled platform for seamless rentals. First, by providing an end-to-end rental management through automating inquiries, appointments, and contracts. Second, by having our transactions be secure through our integrations with EJAR for contracts, Regather Real Estate General Authority for regulation, and Nafad for identity. And third, our listings are gathered and the photos are taken by professionals through our team. So from 5 different platforms to 1 platform and 5 simple steps, we list the properties in all platforms. Second, we generate and screen the leads. Third, we do the property visit through our team of trained professionals. And step 4, we enable both parties to negotiate. And 5th, we finalize the contract. And 6th, we hand over the unit. Your next home is few clicks away. We enhance your quality of life. So we're targeting a market of 200 billion riyals, 74 billion of that is residential, and 37 billion of that is in Riyadh. our revenue streams. So we match the industry standard of 2.5% of the rental contract. This is a success fee, a 1,500 riyals as a listing fee, and 5% on property management, which was recently introduced. We are an experienced team in multiple sectors within the startup ecosystem, prop tech, real estate, corporate, and government. We have achieved over 20 million in annual run rate of GRV. 580 units were acquired, and we have grown 19% month over month. Find your next rental property with us.
All right, let's find the next rental property with Amar. Judges, 2 minutes.
Beautiful. Thank you. Can you walk us through your numbers again, please?
You need to walk through the numbers. So a GRV is the number of transactions that pass through us. So that's our main number that we are actually following.
How much have you generated as a revenue?
As revenue of that, so in the range of almost 4%. That's our take rate.
Thank you.
On the platform that you developed, there's definitely an amazing market need for that, especially from a MENA region perspective. Correct. Are you pushing yourself from a branding to brand that across MENA as an example?
Definitely.
Or would you look for a white labeling type strategy as well?
Definitely. We might look into even working with other brokers and agents within the region, correct?
So there are a lot of competitors in this space as far as I know. Can you please address that and how you're differentiating yourself?
Definitely. So the market is already highly fragmented and highly competitive. But that caused all of these problems. And that's why we're, to some extent, trying to aggregate it once again and having the full journey within our platform rather than the current classifieds model of it.
So would you consider that the main customer is the property owner or the renter?
We think of the property owner as our customer, yes.
Okay. Why did you go into the listing game?
Why did we?
Go into the listings.
The listings?
Yes. Why did you add that as an additional thing? That's a huge cost.
It's taking the journey end to end. It's verifying that we can provide quality to the tenants. And as you mentioned, the owner's journey, we focus on the owner because achieving his goals.
All right, Amar, thank you so much. Sorry to cut you off.
Thank you.
Let's give it up, please. We have a full house at the EWC 2024. Can we make people outside hear that, please? Let's give it up for all the pictures here today. Louder, please. All right, judges, 1 minute for scoring. We'll be back with the next picture. All right, ladies and gentlemen, calling on the next picture. Please welcome Marine Innovation.
Every day, we hear 3 human-caused problems: climate change, food crisis, material, environmental pollutions. Myy Innovation started our business with one single goal. We are solving this. We found the answer from the sea. It's seaweed. Simple, yet powerful material to innovate tomorrow. Our story to drive a real change begins with seaweed. Seaweed farming, natural critical solution. Actively removing carbon dioxide from the ocean. What makes Myy Innovation maximize the company value is material solution. We have developed green sustainable process that extracts the valuable compounds from seaweed to produce food products. But we don't stop there. Byproduct from this process is transformed into eco-friendly material. Using seaweed extract, our food products are already making impact in the market, the solution for food crisis. Beyond food, we repurposing its byproduct to replace single-use plastics. We are professionally certified, zero microplastic detected. Last but not least, 56 days to biodegrade, which is the shortest among all the biomass. Our seaweed, use of seaweed, is offering solutions and maximize the blue economy, offering solutions from seaweed farming to food productions, even producing eco-friendly products using food containers and industrial packaging, and also into feedstock solutions. Let me be humble. Certifications and business success, awards from the global competitions, including the finalists of 2020 Dubai Expo. This is our real life of proof during our journey. This is our IP portfolio. So this has secured us $80 million in financing backed by our properties. Becoming a manufacturer ourselves, this is very big, producing the seaweed products in large scales. With the combination of food products, and it enlarged our sales revenues. We are going global at this point, and thank you.
All right. Thank you for being on time. Judges, you've got 2 minutes only. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I think we've seen that the potential for seaweed is tremendous, but it's been limited by two things. Growing seaweed is an incredibly manual process, and you need access to very, very valuable land that is oftentimes on the seaside. So how are you resolving those two things to unlock the potential?
Yes, thank you for the question. Currently, we are partnered with the farming situations, the seaweed farmers. What our innovation is, we are reusing the byproduct to transform it into the products. So we are collected with the seaweed from the seaweed farmers. So for this, we have very big potential that we can grow the farming. So the land is limited, but the thing is we can manage it by seaweed farming. Thank you.
Question for you. The first application for seaweed was making spirulina food. Why did you decide to go and attack every single other application? Don't you think that you need to focus first on that, either food or products or paper? What makes you just want to do everything?
Our innovation is using the seaweed byproduct to replace all the single-use plastics. But before that, where do we get the seaweed? We need to get the seaweed from the first use of the industry. That can be the food, that can be the pharmaceutical, that can be the cosmetic ingredients. That's why in Korea, we are focusing only for food. And then we collect the byproduct from there, and then we are replacing all the single-use plastics.
All right, I have to cut you off. Thank you so much. Let's give it up. 1 minute for judging and scoring. We're coming back with our last 4 pictures for today. Calling on our next pitcher on stage, please, Volvero.
Hello everyone, it's Marco Filippi here, and I am the CEO and founder at Volvero. The big news of this 2024 is that we are just live on Shark Tank, so check how it went. But I want to bring you back just for a second to your last holiday. You just arrived on your final tourist destination, and probably the first thing you want to do is to get a car, to rent a car. And my question for you is, if you ever rented a car, how was your last car rental experience? Most of the time, people hate car rental services. They never evolved in the last 40 years, cumbersome processes, and unclear terms and conditions. So for this reason, we created Volvero. Volvero is indeed an app for connecting owners of cars and vehicles with people that want to rent them directly from private owners, corporates, and car dealers. And we do this while tackling 8 out of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. We reduce the pollution on the environment, and we also increase the impact for communities out there while reducing differences among population. The market size is quite big. There are 2 bigger players in the United States, while in the rest of the world, the situation is pretty fragmented for a huge total available market of 200 billion per year. What we did uniquely, if compared to our competitors, was to create our own insurance policy. We own the insurance policy, and this is a striking advantage because we can scale faster and easier to every country on Earth than our competitors. We are a deep tech startup, so we do data analytics, data collection for improving the security in the model, which was one of the critical aspects that our competitors couldn't face and solve. We are currently live in Europe, 13,000 downloads for a big community that is growing. A few words about the 3 founders. I am Marco, specialist in finance and team management, while my 2 co-founders are technical people, Emre, full stack developer, and Kayode, taking care of operations. We charge on each transaction. That's how we generate money. So it's a marketplace model. And we are here because we want to grow. So we ask for your support. We are looking for commercial partnerships to grow internationally and also invest in our bridge round. So ladies and gentlemen, I am Marco Filippi, CEO and founder at Volvero. Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Judges, 2 minutes.
Yes, have you heard about We Car and Get Around in France?
Of course, they were acquired by the 2 American companies 4 and 3 years ago.
Excellent. So now that you know your competitors, apart from the insurance, in a very crowded, competitive landscape, why you personally?
Well, the insurance is a very critical aspect. We worked 4 years to develop it, so we know well how difficult it was. The second advantage is the technology advantage we can claim over our competitors. Indeed, in our app, there is a software that every time someone is driving someone else's vehicle, we collect data, and we use this driving data to improve security in the model. We understand how you drove someone else's vehicle, and we give you credits if you are a good driver, while we exclude you from the service if you are a bad driver. So these 2 things are great advantages, plus the team. The team is very incredible. We are very good in executing, and we are together for 4 years now. So it's very stable and growing team.
So one issue I have with this model is how it can scale across borders. Now with your insurance product, it's going to be very hard to recreate it in every new market you get into. So how do you answer a concern like that?
Yeah, that's the problem that our competitors are facing. So for them, the insurance policy is the #1 problem because they deal with other players, other insurance partners, and maybe they also get money and investment from these partners. While we create the insurance policy, so we own the data sets over the insurance, and we can simply replicate it in every country by finding different insurer that can support the growth, or even we can play with the same partner that we have right now in Europe.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, 1 minute for judging and scoring. I was trying to see if he's going to stop by himself, but... Our judges, we got to give them a big round of applause for all the time and efforts they do for judging and scoring. Thank you, our judges, our great judges for today. There you go, yes. All right, calling our next pitch on stage. Please welcome ManualTo.
Hi, my name is Jorim, and I'm the founder and CEO of a company called ManualTo. Let me start by asking you a question. Could you please raise your hand if you love manuals? Anyone? Ah, one person. Now, let me ask you a second question. Can you raise your hand if you went to YouTube in the last 6 months to figure out how to do anything? Raise your hand. Pretty much everybody in the room. So what it turns out is that people at home, they love to learn through video. But why are we still stuck with paper-based instructions on the work floor? That's a problem that we solve. It's actually a huge problem. On average, a non-desk worker loses about 30% of their productivity by lack of knowledge. That's $1 trillion problem and a multi-billion-dollar opportunity. So the way we solve it is we make it really easy for people to, and fun and fast for people to create, share, and learn. Anything, anywhere, on any device, in any language. Now, we have built a product that people really love to use. Why? Because then it's engaging, and ultimately it drives the business value for the companies that we serve. And this is already a reality for companies like Procter & Gamble and Nike that are training thousands of workers per day with this solution. Historically, as a business, we've been doubling year on year. We're currently at about 2 million annual recurring revenue, and we're bootstrapped and profitable. A rare combination. I don't do this myself. I do this with an entire team that combines enterprise experience with scale-up founders' experience. Talking about scaling, we're using a land and expand model to conquer the market in a per user per month model. Currently, we're at about 100,000 users worldwide in over 100 countries, but we need to go faster. To go faster, we have a product that people love to use, it's driving the numbers, but we really need to conquer the world. And that's why we're raising 10 million seed round right now, Series A round, to scale in sales, in product, and in global reach. In conclusion, what I want you to remember is we are digitizing the worker's knowledge. We are going to be the go-to for how-to knowledge. One day, 1 billion people are going to use a platform like ours. We want to be that platform.
I'll let you continue, but sorry, not this day. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. I have one question for you. By the way, Slick presentation.
Thank you.
Don't change nothing. A question for you. I don't understand yet where the IP, where the technology is as an advantage.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned it earlier on, all of us in the room here are using YouTube. I even make pasta with YouTube, believe it or not. And I'm happy with it, all right? So what is that unique thing that you are disrupting?
We combine deep design thinking together with state-of-the-art AI to combine the most smooth, seamless experience for people to share, capture, and learn anything. It involves state-of-the-art technology, but the real focus is on making it very, very user-friendly.
Thank you so much. You already have 100,000 users. What's your idea number?
Could you repeat?
See, I see that you already have 100,000 users, right?
Yes.
What's the idea number that you would like to hit within the next few years?
So we want to get to 1 billion people over the next 10 years, as sooner as possible. But
tell us how you're going to get there.
Sorry, I don't really understand your question.
Could you please tell us how you're going to get there?
We are going to get there with partnerships, but also with sales. So the way we work right now is we work directly with the enterprise customers, but what we're seeing happening is that those customers are also connecting to other customers and expanding virally like a fire through the market.
How many of those 100,000 users are repeat customers or have used it more than once?
So you have it's about.
I'm sorry, I really don't mean it, but I just have to.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Judges, do you love me? All right, 1 minute. All right, judges, I have to cut you off as well. Next picture, chat license, please, on stage.
Every year, 150 kids get their first smartphone. Now, I'm curious to know, in this audience, do you think they are handling that responsibly and smartly and safely? Spoiler alert, they're not. It's a problem. And it's becoming very clear that even kids themselves say they feel they're addicted, they feel their mental health is suffering because of cyberbullying, because of influencers, low self-esteem, and also cybercrime is on the rise. These are my daughters. And as a mother, but also as a lawyer, a data protection officer, and a mediator, I thought we have to do better than this. So what we developed is the driver's license for the first smartphone, because you have to ease your way into it. It's a scientific program for kids, actually teaching them how to get media literate behavior. Besides that, it looks like a Netflix documentary. And it's not just for kids, it's also for parents, because we are the first generation of parents who actually have to teach our kids digital skills. We didn't have this when we were kids ourselves, and we need help. So Chat License is here, and we have your back. Our clients are actually telcos, banks, and also governments, because they are the ones who actually make us use all this technology. And through a voucher system, they make the app available to their customers. Our traction is huge. Starting in the Netherlands only last year, we already have the 2 biggest telco providers, the 2 biggest cities, and also the biggest bank of the country providing our app to people. And we're expanding now into Europe through large partnerships and also into the rest of the world. This is the team building it, highly experienced, highly skilled people and parents themselves. I would like to invite you actually to go to our website and take this quiz and join me in a movement, really, because we need to do better than this for the next generation. Our goal here is to enable resilient kids, supported and relieved parents. And if we got that, then the next goal is to install global, happy cyber vibes for all. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, judges, all yours.
Thank you so much for your product. I have one question. I would like to understand your numbers a little bit more. How much are you making so far? And what feedback are you getting from your clients?
Year to date, we've had 300K revenue, and that's recurring because our partners all want to keep working with us, so our clients. The feedback on the program is amazing. So both kids and teachers and parents really like it. And the amazing thing is that the data collection that we do, this app is really for you, not about you, right? So we keep the data safe and there's no commercial in there, but it gives us an insight into really the mental development in digital savviness of an entire generation.
I love the thesis behind the idea. If we take the metaphor of a driver's license, what would come next? What kind of roadmap for this product you can build to make sure that new users, like kids getting into the smart world, can actually be safe in their initial journey into this?
Well, the possibilities are endless, clearly. We needed to start somewhere. So this is the first app on the first smartphone. But clearly when you evolve in teenagers, then the problems get more severe. You can think of elderly people who also need some help. And mainly this is about a global problem and a global solution for it. So it's also about localizing this for different cultures. So that's where we go to. And then the next step is really through AI and algorithmization, making sure that the 8-year-old girl and the 13-year-old boy get the program they each need.
Thank you. All right, great. 1 minute for the judges. We've got one more picture for today. All right, calling our final pitch for today. Please welcome EcoBuild next on stage.
Hello, everyone. I'm Daniel, CEO, co-founder of EcoBuild Next. Industries like mining, oil and gas industries, it's too necessary to count where housing comes. These kind of operations are still growing, so the demands in prefabbed housing is still growing too. millions of dollars losses because those companies still hire cheapest contractor, cheapest company. They don't have any knowledge, any experience in prefab housing. So what they got, lost money in high cost maintenances, delays, and stopping projects. Oh, I'm sorry. The market is really good. Just in Peru, Peru obviously is a mining country. We have $900 million to invest for the next 5 years. For the next 5 years, invest just in housing, prefab housing, yeah. And this number grows significantly if we consider other industries like oil and gas. Our solution is CRA, Construct, Resource, Innovate. It's a digital platform that put together the all knowledge in prefab housing technology, our patents, our portfolio projects in this digital platform. You need just to put how many people you need for your camp, put the location, and CRA gives you the right products for your project. Include the human resource like a staff, engineer, and local suppliers. Yeah, that's a platform. It's too easy to use for any country in B2B. Yeah, our revenue model, CRA costs $300,000 by using our technology for 2 years, and $3.9 by square meters for any product or portfolio they're using in these 2 years. Yeah. Our products like Eco1, Megalodon, the whole portfolio of eco-buildings support the hard environment, and we use in the mining sector. Our traction is our validation. We raised to $10 million, where the 90% is with our portfolio and patent products too. The next step is start operations in Europe. Well, we hope in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia actually is good strategy location because it's in the middle in the whole world. So it's good point to start to business here. Of course, we try to finish the next year the CRA digital platform. Our team has been experienced in the field oil and gas, especially in prefab housing camps. And we're looking for $1.8 million, where the 30% of that we use with CRI. We need to democratize the construction. We start to do. Thank you.
All right, judges, 2 minutes.
Daniel, thank you very much. So you covered a lot of ground. You spoke about the skills of the people using the prefab. You spoke about tracking the materials, buying the materials. Which are you doing directly and which are you doing through other partners?
Yeah, well, actually, I have a problem because I have a prefab company. So my problem is that cheapest competitors, okay? The cheapest competitors offer a low price. I can't compare it with this low price. The only foreign construction that everybody knows is buy poor quality material. That's afford that you can low price. I can't do that for my brand, for my product, for my customer. So I offer the CRA to try to offer for free, for my customers, try to do my production. And in that case, my revenue model is for the old CapEx for 1 year in the B2B, in that case, in the mining company. So I don't sell just one project like my competitors. I take the old budget, the old CapEx. Normally, one medium mining company spend $8 million in prefab housing. Okay, I take that $8 million, but we are surely $3.9 is a little ticket for this kind of investments for the mining company. Yeah.
I'm not sure if I missed this part, but have you approached governments, especially in areas where they're facing issues with housing? Have you considered that?
For the B2C, for families?
For governments, actually.
Governments. Yeah, I think about it, especially for emergency, of course, emergency models, yes. But we started the B2B because Peru is a mining country, but the next year we go to the families to offer our products. At the same time, the CRA for them. Thank you.
Thank you. Why did you look at me? I wasn't going to cut you off. I'm a very nice guy. All right. Let's give it up for him, please. Let's give it up for our judges. 1 more minute, and then we'll call it off for tonight. 1 minute for judging and scoring. All right, we are finished for today. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back, what time? Around 10:30? 10:30-ish. We will announce the 6 qualified finalists for today. Let's give it up for the judges, please. Thank you so much. 10 minutes and we'll be back. I'll be speaking in Arabic on this stage. يسرني أن أرحب بكم في حفل ختام برنامج مسرعة الابتكار العقاري خلال 10 دقائق إن شاء الله. شكرا لكم. تحية كبيرة.